Hello. Hi, Matthew. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? So today is midweek of Folktale week, and I've managed to get a couple of images done already for day 1 and day 2. I can show them here. So here was the image I created for day 1. The prompt was mist. Just let that load. It's loading still. I didn't think it was a very big file. However, here we go. So this was my mist image. It's actually a headless horseman that was seen on a road not far from here, and in the mist a spectre was captured by the headlights of the car. You see the little car driving down the bottom. And yeah, so that's a local ghost story. Thank you, Matthew. A lot of it is just scribbles. I actually just wanted to finish something rather than do it to the level of detail I normally do, just to sort of capture the idea of it. So I was happy with some of the new techniques I managed to figure out for that. And then Tuesday was day 2, and the prompt was gate. And this one I actually started a few weeks ago during one of the live streams. And Oliver was helping me out with the weather vane. So this is Gate. It's another ghost story, also not far from here. This is a nice ghost. It's one that would light up the path to make sure that the residents got to their homes safely, and it would wait at the gate of this property. I imagine that the property is much larger and the gate was a lot further from the house, but yeah, so another nice ghost story. This is called the ghost of the old man from Bringollo. So yeah, another quickly done version, but glad to have got something finished. And Mapu asks, what happened? Did the spectre become a ghost? So a spectre and a ghost are one and the same. I think why we'd say one's a ghost and one's a spectre, I think it's just different etymology. Did he want revenge on the car? What I actually think is the story of the Headless Horseman is that the road that the Headless Horseman was seen on is a very long straight road, and it also appears to be the location of a battle that happened maybe 800 years, 600, what are we talking, 1500, 500 years ago, maybe around about 500 years ago. And the horseman was actually one of the fighters and was wearing a cloak for some reason had no head, so maybe he had just died but carried on riding his horse into battle. The battle was between, I believe it was a battle between those who supported the crown, so royalists, and those who supported the uprising, who were the what were they called? The Cromwellians, the ones who supported Cromwell. It was a civil war, effectively, and happening to be taking place on just outside my town. And it's a story I actually heard when I was a kid. So in the 1990s, I remember somebody telling me about this story and other tales like it. So I read it again in a book recently, and I thought that's a great missed tale. Yeah. So there we go. This was the gate one for day 2. I've only sketched out day 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I've pretty much finished day 7. So I think I'll work on day 3. I like this one. It's a witch, Bog Witch. Oh, Matthew, I said not brewalists, royalists. If you can hear me. So the people who supported the crown were royalists. And Cromwell, Oliver Cromwell, was the man who was parliamentarians. They were the ones wanting to remove the monarchy. And that was led by Oliver Cromwell. So they were the Cromwellians, parliamentarians. It's all useless information anyway, Mafu, to be honest. But I just love the fact that it was a local story that I'd heard many times over the years, so I got to draw it. And then this one, if I just get my information up again, I have actually got, I'm just going to go to a file I've got. Ding ding. And I actually wrote down the proper name for this in another image. Oh no, Mafu. Learning is great. It's not that I'm just talking words and I haven't necessarily got all my facts together. But here's one for you. It's the story of Hen Wrach, which means old witch, or it's old woman or old hag. Hen means old. And this is the story of a bog that people would go to. And day 3, which is actually today, the prompt is blight. And I was thinking blight is like a plague, or, blight of potatoes, so the potato famine. Well, I found this story of Hen Wrach, and the story is great because it's a witch that comes out of the bog and literally just sort of vomits ghoul plasma on you to spread illness. And so I thought that'd be a great scene to capture. A bog witch and about to pass on a nasty what would you call it? Illness, I suppose, condition onto an unsuspecting fisher girl. I think I decided it's going to be a girl that I'm going to draw. So there we go. So Hen Wrach, if I say that right. And yeah, this is the one I'm going to be working on today. I thought it'd be a little fun. Another Welsh folktale. Bad witch, yes. So this is going to be colourful, but it doesn't have to be dark. The other two were nighttime images, so this one can have a nice daytime colour. But I would like to get my colours in the palettes. So first of all, I've got my sketch. I'm now going to get some images in to bring me some colours. Where do I want to bring in pictures from? What I can do is actually copy colour schemes. Oh yeah, no, this one doesn't get a broom, Matthew. Please don't give the witch her broom. She does not live up to cleaning. Absolutely not. She lives in a bog, and is all about the bacteria and the parasites. So the complete opposite of cleaning. So there's a few images I haven't actually finished. With the new streaming schedule, which I have to say I don't know yet what time of day I'm going to be streaming. Wednesday evenings like this now seem to be fine, but only if nobody's in the house. And I'll probably move to Twitch when Behance finishes. But I like the idea of getting through artwork in community, so I'm wondering whether I should stream twice a week just to be able to get through some of these images. New schedule. Yeah, as in my own schedule, Matthew. Obviously with Behance finishing their live streaming for community, I'm going to go to Twitch, but I have no idea actually who streams at what time on Twitch. I haven't really made a decision on whether I would stay at this time of the week. So it's something I've got to think about over the next month. Got a month to go until the Behance changeover. Twice a day. As long as you don't get yourself tired, it is okay to stream twice a day. Well, I wouldn't stream twice a day. I was thinking twice a week, and at least have, you know, a couple of days in between. Have you had any thoughts about what day you would be streaming, Matthew? And this image is taking a long time to load up. You'd also be streaming 7 PM. Is that 7 PM your time? Because I know you're in the UAE, I think. Okay, yeah. Well, you know, we've got time to figure it out. We've got some time. Come on, Fresco, you can do it. So your 7 p.m. would be my 3 p.m. I believe. Crikey, this is taking a while. I think I might just cancel and instead I shall I'm just going to refresh Fresco. Seems to be working quite hard. Okay, let's try again. And then what I will do is I will bring in the photograph I'd already had to give me some colours. It's at least good enough colours to start with. And they're just reference colours. Sorry, Matthew, he said, do I examine my condition before a stream? Like, for example, my energy or how well I can speak? Always. It's the reason I didn't stream last week. Is I will try and leave it as long as possible to really know whether I could bring myself to going through this process. And last week was literally the only week I've had to miss because of not having enough energy. But what I've been doing is managing my weeks so that my Wednesdays are always really, my Wednesdays are only about doing the stream, and I try not to put anything else on my plate so that I have the energy. And quite often, you know, I'm in bed till 3 p.m. and then so I wake up between 2 and 3 p.m. and then it's almost I've got a few hours before I stream, so hopefully I would have had enough sleep to give my body a break. No, I think 3 p.m. is actually good for me. I struggle to get onto Sean's streams because they're quite early on. I'm rarely awake, and if I am, I probably shouldn't be. I guess I'm just one of those night owls now that it's just the pattern I'm sort of in. Right, I've got my colour scheme. It's just been loaded up, and I'm going to block in some colours to I think I will use a hard pastel to block the colours in with. So we've got daytime, sky, and then what colour would the bog be? I think this is quite a good bog colour. I don't know why somebody would be fishing in here, but maybe it can be more marshy around the edges. And then the hills, let's give them some nice orangey. There we go. I think the idea is that the witch is the poison from the water. Oh, sorry. So I get lots of rest on Wednesdays. Usually, I sort of ask my family not to just let me rest as much as I can, and the only other thing is if the dogs wake me up. Are you satisfied with your day pattern, or would you think it's better to get more sleep before tomorrow? It's my day pattern. No, I actually wish I didn't have to sleep in so late. I wish I had more of a daytime pattern, except that every time I've tried to really wake up earlier, I don't end up falling asleep earlier. I'm just extra tired at night, and then the knock-on effect is that I'm actually, it's more painful losing sleep trying to wake up early. So it's not that I'm in a rut with sleep, it's more that I'm just trying to let my body figure itself out, and I'm just giving it the grace that it needs at the moment, which doesn't always correspond to what's happening in the world around me. Okay, so I've got some background patterns, and I'm just going to add in my ghost colour, my Bog Witch. I think she can be like a green colour from the bog. I'll have to sort out this contrast, make sure I can see the different contrasts when I actually get into the details. And there's this person down here. Maybe they're not fishing, maybe they're just chucking stones into the water. That seems more realistic. Not realistic, but... Oh, hey Alessandra! How are you doing, Alessandra? And then some darker patches of bog plants. And these rocks. And then I get to draw some mushrooms as well. Oh, good to entertain you then, whilst you're waiting, Alessandra. And my little mushrooms. Might add a few more in. Okay, right. So let's get some brushes. What am I going to be drawing this in? Charcoal pencil, possibly. Charcoal variant. Classic comic drawing brush. I need like quite gritty brushes, I think, for this one. I think the fresh paint, good for texture. So many brushes to choose from. Bristle Blender's a good one. Nice and scratchy. One of these is softer than the other. There we go. That one has a nice soft edge. This one is sharper. I put that one in twice, I might have. Okay, I think I've probably got enough now. Enough brushes. If I go back to my recent, I've got 18 brushes in there to work from. Right, let's do another layer and redraw this with some more detail. Which brush set do I like to use? Do you know, I have a lot of the brushes from Kyle's mega pack. A lot of the ones that he's added over the years for the different seasons. I think I've pretty much added every brush available in Fresco, and then sort of worked through to see which ones are my favourites, and I have hundreds of favourites, but obviously the rest of them I still sort of go towards, and they tend to be charcoals, pencils, some of the ink drawing brushes, and then some neat texture brushes that give you like a canvas effect. So I'm just trying to think, what would I like to do my drawing in? I should probably just stop thinking too much about it and just draw. There we go. Let's start with this character here. Going to have a girl chucking stones into a pond, into the water. Just going to wear some dungies. Or like a petticoat dress, pinafore dress or something actually. And she's sat on a rock. How would that look? I should have got myself a reference picture for this, maybe. Maybe one hand holding a collection of stones. else's look. A stone about to be chucked in. Or something. I suppose this would be on it. The hand would probably be more closed. And this kid has pigtails, we call them. That's the kid on the rock. Okay, now for drawing this craggy Bog Witch. So she sort of comes out of the bog, so it's like extended features. I got that right, it's her elbow. I think it needs to be the other way around actually. So elbows down and then wrists are at the top. Is this to make her a part of the river? Yeah, so she's like meant to come out of the water, so she's like boggy herself. She'll be like dripping with plant life or bog life. Just trying to get the right anatomy. So like her fingers are dripping and long. I just lower that down a bit more. Might just be able to see what I'm doing better. So this one also comes up. And I guess that's the wrist part that's drooping. More of a droop. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Alessandra. Have a good day. Okay, let's get some more of this raggedy cloak. I think that witch looks a little bit too happy. How do I draw meanness? You know, it's like in the eyes. I suppose I need to make the eyes smaller, don't I? There you go, that looks a bit more cross. Maybe, actually, there needs to be a tongue coming out. Right, something like that. So I've got my fingers drooping here. Do I think the Miss Bog Witch likes to spread plagues, Is it a curse she cannot control? Good question. I think that's really one for the philosophers. Does this witch know and enjoy spreading plagues? Or is the witch a victim of their own trauma and cannot help but keep repeating old patterns? I could probably make that, somehow I'm going to have to make that look a little bit more more dramatic. Right, so there was just the clothing part I was just trying to sort out. This is just detail rather than necessity, but I mean, I don't have to do it again. It's like a cloak thing, and then this becomes there we go, there's the vapour. That does look rather silly, doesn't it? Used to be like a scowl. I suppose the hair could be like bedraggled. There we go. So, Bog Witch mostly done. Okie doke. Now I'm going to draw the water and the plants. So these are marshy outcrops. let's just do more of those. I can put them on the right layer. I think I wasn't quite thinking what these would look like. I was sort of had a mixture of fern, grass, and those marshy bits that you get on marshland where you know you can stand on these clumps. But it's been a while since I've had to stand on them, and I can't quite see them in my head properly. So I've just gone for this sort of ferny look. Although they sort of look like coral. Okay, I'm going to get some more stones in now as well. What I'm looking to do is just get a load of rocks down, and then I can figure out where my plants can go in between, and then start building the mushroom. Hey Map, I'm glad that you're doodling along. What are you drawing? You're doing some character concepts, are you? Matthew says, but there's this character that I think is my new favourite Wuthering Waves character. Her name's Lumi. I love the name Lumi. On my to-do list, but maybe for now, an existing original character would save me a bit of brain power. Yeah, I get that. Just that's why I was struggling with this face of this witch. It was like I'm having to come up with a new face on the spot, and I hadn't actually really put much thought into it, so it was using quite a lot of brain power. I'll have to spend some more time on that face, I think. Drawing rocks and plants is considerably more straightforward. Sounds like it's a firefly's name, wouldn't it, Lumi? Yeah, well, Lumi means light, doesn't it? Can certainly see a firefly. Or any glowing creature being called Lumi. It's a great name. She does have light bulbs, no teeth, but she looks more like a mouse or a hamster. Oh. Her English voice actress expresses a lot of Scottish accent too, but she also has a cute high pitch too. Oh, that sounds adorable. So these are just some quick grasses. To sort of fill in space, really. And then I want to add some mushrooms, so let's have a look. I like the idea of doing some tall or very large mushrooms. A bit too wonky. Sure, Matthew, you send it over on Discord. I'll be able to look at it later. Couple of mushrooms there. I think I'll be having to redo these mushrooms. Let's do another one down here. Some little ones. Thanks, Matthew. I'll have a look at that when I stop streaming, just so I don't jinx the stream. Right, let's get some of this water looked at again. These ripples. Have some little blobs. No, that doesn't look right. Little bubbles appearing. Okay, done most of the forefront. I'm just going to do some of the background just to get some of those hills done, because they could be fairly quickly finished, I think. So I think this is a tree line on the hill there, and these are my 9 tints. Going to draw a load of wonky trees. Get some perspective in it. Okay, I want these to be some pine trees. Let's just take this image out. Right, and now to figure out how to do the actual branches. Oh, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, if I can do some doodles as well, I'll take a look and see what you've sent me. Thank you for that. For some reason, when I literally just tried talking with the mic turned off, which is quite hilarious. I've noticed that if I click off the OBS app so that I can do something in the Behance page, and then I click back onto the OBS app, it goes automatically to the intro page. So that's why that came up. And then I realised the reason I wanted to click the mic in the first place to turn it off was so I could have a drink, so just bear with me. There we go. Because quite often I do forget to take a sip of water. Okay, so I've got some trees. I've got my granny ghoul. I've got my girl not paying attention, throwing rocks into the bog. Got some hills. Background is probably going to be quite plain. I've got my typical Welsh mountainside, Welsh mountains. These trees now, do I do them with as tall bare trees without any, as if they've been lumbered, or as if they're sort of not dead, but I could just sort of do, if they come to a point like that, then potentially I don't have to do all of the that work? Looks more like a deserted forest type thing. Maybe a couple of them could have some maybe I could do a mixture. Sorry, what I was saying was hilarious, Matthew, was that I was actually trying to explain why the intro page had come in, but I realised I had my mic on mute. And so I was talking for ages without it coming through, and the reason it was on mute the reason it was on mute is what happened to cause the intro page to come in. So I was hilarious only to me, I think. No, not Lumi. I haven't looked at that yet. That's the thing. If I try and mess with my app, everything seems to sort of go a bit haywire. So I will be looking at it after I've finished. Don't worry. I could actually give this some wrong one. I want to. Give it some moody clouds with the sky above. Okay, right. Just taking time, but I need to work on some of these trees. At least give them more points. So Matthew says, now I'm thinking, if we ever get to collaborate on stream, do you think we can both make fan art of our favourite characters? Yeah, sure. I've never really thought about a character that I actually am a fan of. I've never actually done that before. I suppose Quentin Blake is somebody whose art characters I really love. And I love Peanuts, all the Charlie Brown characters. I could do some different trees. There we go, that's an idea. Mixture. Quite often I'm trying to think about how to fill in space, so this has actually helped quite a bit. Oh, that's okay. Finding favourite characters is indeed tough. Oh good, it's not just me then. Oh, thank you, but you believe that I will eventually find mine. Thank you, Matthew. Random trees. This is where style comes in. I need to figure out a tree style that I can stick to, that I can just get, that I can make fairly quickly. Ooh, yeah, Matthew says Peanuts is a good one. I love Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Charlie's sister is also a good one too. She cares for her brother. Yes, what is she called? Is it Sally? His little sister? And no, there's Sally. I love Linus. Linus reminds me of my son. He's very much a Linus character. Marsha, Patty, Sally. Yeah, that could be a good one to do actually. All the different characters. Gosh, there's a lot of trees to do. Getting there, getting there. It's always good to show the diverse nature of Wales, all the different types of trees, although I'm not really representing these trees very cleanly. But we have our pine trees and evergreen and different types of trees. I think once these are coloured in, it will make more sense. Okie doke. Okay, I think. Oh, these trees are taking forever. Do I need all those trees? I'll leave that for now. Right, so that's my tree line. I think it needs to go. And that's my clouds. Right, let's get these into a one laid water, and mid-ground among rocks, rock girl, Bog Witch. Okay, those colours look a little too pastel-y, but they'll have their depth soon. So I really need to figure out the middle of the page. More rocks. And shrubbery, rocks and bog stuff. So, right. Oof. I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you so much, Mafu, for joining. Thank you, Alessandra, for popping in to say hi. Thank you to anybody else who's also lurking in the background. This is the third in the Folktale Week series, which is Blight, and it's based on the folktale of a bog witch who curses people with disease if they disturb the water. So I will work on this some more offline and hopefully have something to share on Instagram, on Blue Sky, Kara app, yeah, and then hopefully in the meantime I'll work on some of the other folktales as well, and perhaps I could get this into Behance as a project before the end of the year. Anyway, thank you so much, and I shall see you next week, Wednesday, 7 PM GMT, on Behance. Thank you. Bye.